Hey everyone, Sula here from MistyHilltops.com. Thanks for stopping by. In this video, I'm working on a 5x5 double page spread, which I titled Spring Beauty, and I'm using a spring themed paper pack. I'm starting with a couple of paper strips that I kind of trimmed down and created some flags, paper flags with it. And then I'm using these number of photos there. So it's working across 2 pages, but I haven't decided, well, I haven't cut it down yet, but now as I'm putting the page together, now I am actually cutting these 2 apart. So I have an about idea where I will put everything. So now I want to start with the gluing because obviously the photos will come on top, so you always have to start with the bottom layer, and I kind of want this to be tucked behind the paper flag there, so I made sure that it's just a little longer or wider than where I want to place that first paper flag there. So now I'm moving on to the flags and gluing them down. They're slightly smaller than this 5x5 page size, and so I just trimmed them down a little. And then I'm working on the other side with this other paper strip there, that larger paper strip that I still have to glue down as well, and that will be the background and all the papers that I'm using for this page. The rest will be embellishments that I created with my dies, because this paper pack does not come with any prepared embellishments. So I have these number of photos, and I'm starting from the center because that's where I want to align them to. So there I have created, this is a stamp that I then kind of watercolored, and it will kind of go underneath that photo. So before I glue down the photo, I need to glue down this little sign, this floral sign there. But I have these 4 small rectangle photos, and then there's this tiny square photo that I sized exactly to fit that photo frame that comes with it. Now before I move on, I still need to also glue down this additional paper flag, so that will go on top and underneath. So I have a bunch of these little paper flags that I also created to go into this space there. Some more pattern papers there to work with. And then obviously I still need to glue down that sign, but again I couldn't glue it down because I still had to do the other strips there, and that sign goes on top. So now I'm ready to glue down the sign there. It has these cute little screw looking brads that I've added. I didn't add one to the corner there where I knew it was going to be tucked behind. I'm not going to waste a brad on that, and besides, these brads come a little bulky, so obviously I don't want too much bulk behind the photo. Then I have this tiny little Polaroid frame from one of my die sets, and I want this to go with this little photo there. So I made sure when I create or when I print out my photos that I print them in the size that will match this little Polaroid thing. Obviously it would be very small if there was important information, but this is just a page with blooms and blossoms, so it really doesn't matter if it's this tiny one. Then I do create a lot of my own flowers. This is a bit that I use some washi tape with some dye, and then just to create just an extra embellishment piece there, and then I can start gluing down these little flowers. I usually I have some watercolor pencils, so I usually watercolor them before I shape them, and then as usual, I also try to work with odd numbers, 3 rather than 4 or 2, and as usual, I will also try to create this visual triangle with this page. So, but I need to glue down these little leaves. For this Often I try to put the leaves down first, but I always find it difficult to put down a leaf first when I don't know where I will put the flower. So I try to work quickly so that I can still tuck the leaf underneath the flower. If you know, my glue dries very quickly, so I only have a little time with that. Then I have this spring title. I used my silhouette to cut it out, and then again used some watercolor to color it in a similar shade that is on this page. And yeah, I didn't want to use any of the pattern paper for creating. I used a whole bunch of like I just used a larger piece of cardstock, and then cut with my silhouette, cut out a whole bunch of these titles and other things that would go on my page then. So then I also have this little cute extra bit there with these, not pearls, I don't even know how they're called, but I've had them in my stash for years and never used them, these little alpha pearls, and so I finally pulled it out and used this on the word with the word beauty, so it says spring beauty. Then the camera also is another die cut piece, and then I have these little word strips that obviously I create for my projects. This one has a spring theme. A lot of them I share as freebies on my blog mistyhilltops.com, so you might want to check it out, but they're easy enough to create even for yourself if you have a Word or a text processor or software somewhere available. So now I'm adding the next cluster there, covering up a little more of that paper flag, connecting it to that little sign. I have this little butterfly that I stamped and then die cut as well, and then I'm adding more pieces. This is another, I just used a tiny circle die with washi tape. So I put the washi tape first, and then I use the die to cut it out, and I think it makes cute little extra embellishments. Got the idea from somewhere off of YouTube. So here's, you see now I'm finishing off that visual triangle there by putting it on top, and so this is where it finishes all the three clusters of flowers that I'm trying to use. And with this one, again, it comes with word strips. I have these little buttons that are dies because I have a whole bunch of buttons in my stash, but I often don't end up using them because they make the page too bulky. So anyways, now it's time to glue down that last little bit of the word strips, and the title, and I've decided to just put glue on the background of these little pearls there, so I have to make sure I get them in the right direction so that the glue is on the back, not on the front, and because it was a little difficult to otherwise attach them to this page. Anyway, this is my page done. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to leave you with some more close-ups. Give it a thumbs up if you did enjoy this episode. Consider subscribing, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye.